going after Wheels' 5th victory of the year.
A big start for Cole Hamels this afternoon, Tom. Try to get rid of what happened here last night and how tough this homestand has been. You know, you win this last game, maybe you'll feel a lot better. He's pitched so much better lately. Change up his best pitch. He keeps the ball down, and that usually equals a low pitch count for him.
Well, facing Brian Roberts to start things off, and the first pitch is low, and we're underway. And the count 1 ball and no strikes. Brian Roberts overall hitting .288. He's 3 for 9 on this series, and his home run last night was the biggest swing of this series. It gave the Orioles the lead in the top of the 9th inning, and they went on and held on and won it. Home run against Ryan Matson last night. 2-1 the count. Greg Zaun had hit a solo home run to make it a 1-run game, and then Roberts up there looking for a fastball, and he got it out over the plate, and he put it into the seats in right field. 2-2 the count to him. See what Bryant has done against the Phillies during his career. A switch hitter batting from the right side. And he pulls it toward third. Pedro Feliz bobbles, still has time. And Dobbs will apply the tag. 1 away here in the top of the first.
Time now for our Key State Chrysler Jeep Keys to this afternoon's game. Turn into a nice afternoon here. Nice breeze. Phillies need their #1. They really need Cole Hamels to help them get past the pain of last night and help ease the pain of this brutal homestand. A win today would do so much with the off day and the ALS affair tomorrow and then the road trip coming up. If you could just win this afternoon, feel better about things.
Well, one of the biggest things, the Phillies do begin play today 2 games up in the National League East over the New York Mets, even with all the issues they've had during the last 10 days or so. Nolan Reimold, the batter, and he didn't start in last night's game.
Well, this stuff happens in the course of a long season. Never a doubt about that. You have your excruciating, difficult losses, and it just seems like they kind of piled up here in this homestand.
And Charlie was saying yesterday that the fact that his team is still in first place and he feels like they're going to get out of it, leads him to be somewhat optimistic going into this final game and also the upcoming road trip. Now he will be without Ryan Howard, at least to start this ball game. Ryan was readmitted into the hospital after the ball game last night, after that dramatic 3-run home run gave the Phillies a 5-3 lead. So Greg Dobbs makes the start at first base for the 2nd consecutive day. Ryan was admitted with flu-like symptoms last night. A liner to center field. Victorino's going to have to play it on 1 hop. And Reimold has a base hit with 1 out here in the top of the first inning.
What that story last night, what that would have been. Ryan Howard coming off out of the hospital, hits a home run, wins the game, goes back in the hospital. All happened except the win.
Here's Adam Jones. Jones, a .313 hitter with 12 home runs and 42 RBIs. There was such a swing of momentum last night when Ryan hit that 3-run home run that it just didn't feel like the Phils would be penetrated again by this Orioles offense the rest of the night. And they were 1 strike away from sealing the deal when Brian Roberts hit that home run.
That's happened a few times in this homestand. 1 strike away. That's one of the many reasons why this is a wonderful game. No clock. You got to get that last out.
When you're playing these American League teams, it's a good thing there's no clock.
Yeah.
1-1 the count to Adam Jones, who is 3 for 9 on this series. Well, here is Brian Roberts' home run.
And watch how much he misses his spot. Look where Ruiz is set up, and look where the pitch was. And nobody knows that more than Ryan Matson. We talk about it all the time in the games. In those situations, what you want to do is stay away from hitters and see if they can beat you the other way. If they beat you the other way, that's the way it goes. But you don't ever want to get beaten middle in like that. He got beaten in middle in. He got beaten twice in that inning.
Throw behind the runner, and Reimold gets his hand back.
The ball to Zaun was a cutter that was middle in. And, of course, that pitch, he just missed the spot. So, and, both those guys could have popped them up, too.
I was asking Mick Billmeyer, the Phillies bullpen coach, how Ryan was doing after that ball game. He said, we all told him, be ready to pitch tomorrow because you have to be.
That's the luck. That's the life of a closer.
That remains 1 ball and 2 strikes to Adam Jones, the 23-year-old. There's Ryan with Mick Billmeyer, and both have a smile on their face. And I would think it's the guy to the left that's making everybody smile out there.
Yeah, he'll make them laugh out there. And one thing about relief pitchers, boy, they better have short memories.
Got him. Change up, swung on and missed. Jones is the first strikeout victim of the day for Cole Hamels. 2 away here at the top of the first inning.
Tom said a changeup and a good one. Young hitter. Jones has not seen Cole Hamels, and he swung at a fastball there that wasn't there.
Oh, with 2 outs, here's Luke Scott making the start for the second consecutive day. Scott overall hitting .303. His numbers are the best in the American League among designated hitters. He's starting in left field again today. And one of the reasons why is because he's hitting .333 against lefties. And he's also hit 7 home runs against left-handers. On the outside corner, and Cole's ahead, no balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, this guy's numbers against left-handed hitters are just tremendous. There are his numbers against the Phillies. They saw him in some games, of course, with the Houston Astros before this.
Here's Dave Tremblay, the manager of the Orioles, decided to go with the bat more so than the defense from Luke Scott. Scott had a base hit and a run scored in last night's ball game. He was the guy in the top step of the dugout that had his mouth wide open and his fist closed up in the air when Brian Roberts hit that home run that you've seen over and over again the last 24 hours on the highlights. 1-2 the count.
Yeah, maybe some good stuff will happen today and we'll stop talking about it. That's what we did down in the clubhouse this morning was with Pete McCann and Milt Thompson sitting at the table there in the coach's room. There's Scott with that fist raised, and we were talking about it. Pete kept saying, "Stop talking about it," and then he'd bring it up again. And then Milt would bring it up again. And Pete said, "Stop talking about this."
Got him. Luke Scott is rung up. That's a curveball from Cole Hamels. Back-to-back strikeouts to finish up this top of the first inning. So the market, he's hoping that this starting lineup this afternoon is going to make a difference. It's brought to you by Budweiser, leading it off at shortstop, Jimmy Rollins. Shane Victorino in the number 2 hole. He's playing center field. Chase Utley, the second baseman, bats third. Matt Stairs making the start in left field for the second straight night. He's the cleanup batter. Jason Worth, the right fielder, hits 5th, followed by Greg Dobbs, the first baseman, batting 6th. And the bottom third of the order, Pedro Feliz, Carlos Ruiz, and Cole Hamels facing right-hander Jeremy Guthrie, former number 1 pick from the Cleveland Indians in his 15th game, 4-7 with a 5.42 ERA.
Now 30 years of age, as Tom said, formerly with the Cleveland Indians, was a star at Stanford and pitching College World Series. Here's our scouting report on it from Southwest Airlines, and something really jumps out, and there it is. Jump on this guy quick, because he has a lot of problems in the first and second inning and then does settle down after that.
He's allowed 14 first inning runs this year alone. And Jimmy, 6 for 34 on this homestand, 0 for 6 in last night's game, overall batting .220. And he's behind in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Wills has mentioned that Guthrie was a standout at Stanford. He was a two-time All-American at Stanford. And the Cleveland Indians basically just gave up on him. They were tired of what he was doing in the big leagues more than anything else, and they put him on waivers. You know, they put him on waivers. He was in his late 20s, but he still has a pretty live arm. It's tough to put that kind of an arm on waivers.
90-95 fastballs we just showed on the scouting report. Also throws fastball, curveball, changeup.
Jimmy hits it in the air. Shallow left field. And Dino giving way to Scott, who was hoping the shortstop was going to call him off. And that's the first out here in the bottom of the first inning.
Well, it's such a much easier play for the outfielder coming in like Luke Scott was on that play to run the infielder off it. Last night, Andino made an unbelievable play. See Scott laughing about it now with Andino. He made an unbelievable play because Scott had no chance to get to it. That one he had plenty of time to get to and run him off it.
Shane Victorino, Shane 3 for 6 in last night's ball game. And he's riding an 8-game hitting streak, and he takes the pitch low. And it's 1 ball and no strikes. So overall his numbers 300 with 5 home runs and 32 runs batted in. Well, the umpires for today's ball game: Charlie Relaford is behind the plate. He's the crew chief. Larry Vanover at first. Sam Holbrook is at second, and Dan Iasonia is around the third. 3-0 the count. I said that Shane's riding an 8-game streak. It's now a 9-game hitting streak, and that success has really meant a very good month of June.
Well, this is one of the things he's been doing a lot more too. Just watch him in this at bat, taking pitches. He's running deeper counts, and that's really helped him hit, I think.
Foul tips that one off the shin guard of Wieters. The Lucky McDonald's Phillies home run jackpot contestant is Eric Plateau of Harleysville, PA. If the Phillies hit a home run in today's ball game, then Eric's going to win $100. Introducing McCafe coffees at McDonald's, a new line of lattes, mochas, and cappuccinos. Chase Utley waits on deck. Ball 4, and Victorino draws the walk. So he's bored to start this bottom of the first rally for the Phillies. Reaches base with 1 away, and that'll bring Chase Utley to the plate. Chase with 3 RBIs on this homestand. He was over the 300 mark consistently early on in this homestand. He's had a little bit of a speed bump. And he'll bat here with Victorino on first. He is 1 for 9 in this series against the Orioles. Real nice story today in the Philadelphia Inquirer on Chase Utley, and very detailed about his time growing up in Southern California and those wiffle ball games, which I know I've heard so much about. You know, he's talked periodically about. You know, quotes from his dad, Dave, who is such a big supporter of Chase.
Andy Martino wrote that for the Inquirer, and it looks like a great story. You and I ran into Chase about the same time this morning, and I said to him, "No, it looks like a great story." And he said, "Well, I don't have time to read it yet." And I said, "I haven't either."
It's a long one.
Yeah, that's what I said. I didn't read it yet this morning, and it looked like a really neat article. I just picked out a little bit, and it'd be fun to just sit down and enjoy it. And I could tell you read it, so it sounds like a really nice story.
If you want to know everything about Chase, about what it was like growing up in Long Beach, the decision to go to UCLA instead of signing with the Dodgers, it's a good one.
Andy was working on that story when the club was out in Los Angeles on the last trip, and obviously did a very thorough job on it.
The most entertaining part, I thought, were the detailed descriptions of the wiffle ball games that were played in Chase's former neighborhood. Well, I don't want to give it all away. Get a chance to read it. It's pretty cool. 2-2 the count to Chase. On the Toyota Major League scoreboard, Mets have jumped out to a 1-0 lead on the Rays. David Wright scored on a wild pitch. And they're at the bottom of the second inning in that ball game. Rays won yesterday's games. That's why the Phillies are still 2 games up in the National League East. 2-2 hit in the air, straightaway center field. Jones is there. He moves back a few steps, and that's the second out. So 2 outs here at the bottom of the first inning. That Mets game up at Citi Field is in a delay in the bottom of the second inning. Jerry Crawford, great ball strike umpire. He's behind the plate today. He was apparently injured, has some kind of injury that occurred during the game, so they're delayed right now. We don't have any other details, and if we do, we'll try to get you those details.
Jerry's had a lot of back problems the last few years, and hopefully it's not that, but you understand that he evidently did grab his back, because that is something that has put him out of action a couple times.
He throws over to first. Victorino back diving. Phillies have 3 hitters that have numbers against Jeremy Guthrie, and one of the 3 is Matt Stairs. 3 for 18 lifetime against him, as Matt makes another start in left field today. And Charlie's decided to keep Matt in the lineup one more day, with the health of Ryan Howard a factor for the squad. Gives them a bona fide cleanup hitter, to say the least. Matt has been a cleanup hitter for a good part of his career as a designated hitter and first baseman, outfielder over in the American League. 2-1 the count to Matt. It looks like they're going to continue in a few moments up in New York. Jerry Crawford is not going to continue behind the plate with an apparent back problem, so they are going to switch umpires. There's a roller, and that's right between the shift. Victorino hustling around second, heading to third. He's going to be there standing, and the Phillies have runners on first and third with 2 away here in the bottom of the first inning. Well, it'd be nice to get an early lead and then just build on that early lead if you're the Phillies.
I don't think it's not between a guy's ears that knows he has trouble in the first and second innings. You know, they're trying to get out of it. Sometimes you see something like that, and maybe that'll hurt him a little bit. You think, oh, no, here he's going again. You know, that's a ground ball to second, and somehow it has eyes if it gets through. So even with 2 outs, maybe they can do something. Here's Matt, hits it off the end of the bat a little bit, and you see the defense. The shortstop is on the shortstop side of second base. They didn't have a 3-man overshift on that side, or that would have been an out. But they did not put all 3 there. They left him at home, figuring maybe Stairs would hit a ball to left to second.
So here's Jason Worth, takes a breaking ball first strike. Jason in the series 2 for 8 overall. He's got 12 home runs and 38 RBIs. He is halfway to his home run total already from 2008. And he's down to the count 0-2. He is now the Phillies' leading hitter with runners in scoring position, surpassing Pedro Feliz in that category. And he lines one towards center field. He broke his bat, and Jones is going to make the grab. It hangs up there for him, and the inning is over. So the Phillies strand 2 against Jeremy Guthrie. We've played 1, no score. $5 for each Phillies victory and 5 cents for each carton of Phillies Grand Slam ice cream, sold to support the Phillies youth baseball and softball programs. Top of the second, Melvin Mora leads it off, and he takes one for a strike. Mora did not play in last night's ball game, did not start last night's game, but he came on late. Play a little defense over at third. Overall, he's hitting .272. 0 for 3 on this road trip against the Phils, and he slices one right at Jason Worth. And one away here in the top of the second. Oh, Father's Day today. Happy Father's Day. It's all out there, and those enjoying the game here at this ballpark got that great bucket hat we saw some of the patrons wearing during our open. It's always great when you can take your dad to a ball game, even if your dad takes you to the ball game. And for that youngster, it looked like it was his first major league game. That one's ripped foul down the third base line. Yep, this is my first, and he even spelled it with a P. Phillies game. My dad, who loves the game of baseball, used to take me to games here in Philadelphia, New York, Baltimore. He is still at games. In fact, he is behind home plate right now at the Lakewood Blue Claws game, cleaning those seats as he's one of the ushers there. And I just want to wish him a happy Father's Day.
Yeah, that's great. I think that's one of the tremendous things about this sport is the way it's passed from generation to generation. Just the way you're talking about it. Just these shots right here. Oh, that's that little guy who was upside down.
Wigginton loops one over the head of Utley. That's going to drop in for a base hit.
That may have been last Sunday. Guy's got a Sunday plan.
He's got a different outfit on today. Both have different outfits on today. He's probably not going to be dipping them upside down, though. He's probably thinking, you know what, I gotta start fresh.
There you go. Now, was that last Sunday?
Yeah, that's last Sunday. No, that's last Sunday.
Yeah, that was last Sunday. Yeah.
All right, plaid shorts, and different shirt.
He's teaching his son a very, very good life lesson in this game of baseball. You go a whole week without winning. It's not the end of the world.
Although sometimes it feels like it.
Oh, it depends on how you lose.
Matt Wieters hitting .259 with a home run and 4 RBIs. Ty Wigginton on first, and Wieters pops it up. Shallow right, Jason Worth coming on. And that's the second out.
Good to see Hamels get in on a couple guys with fastballs, right-handed hitters. That's normally not part of his game, but you know, the more he tries to pitch inside like that, the more effective he can get away.
Chicago Cubs are coming to town July 20th, 21st, and 22nd. They'll wrap it up with the Citizens Bank Business Person Special and at Modell's Sporting Goods Kids Run the Bases. You can order your tickets now by logging on to Phillies.com. Cubs are wrapping up their series against the Cleveland Indians today, and today's game is anything like the last couple of Cubs-Indians games. You might want to stick around until the end.
Yeah, if you're a Cubs fan, that's
well,
for
yeah.
sure.
If you're an Indians fan, you might want to have an early lunch.
That's the first time that the Cubs have won a game, 3 games in a row in their last at bat since June of 1946. Saw that note this morning.
That's a long time ago.
Well, you don't win many games like that, let alone 3 in a row.
Robert Andino down to the count 0-2, and boy, Cole has a really good changeup today.
And I think some of it's been set up, Tom, by the fact that he's gotten some outs inside. You know, a lot of times he'll pitch away. Guys start leaning out, and that's when they start fouling so many pitches off and run his pitch count up. You got to come in once in a while.
Throws another changeup that's whacked foul.
His problem with coming in with his fastball at times is he leaves it over the plate and they hit it out of the ballpark because his high fastball is not an effective pitch for him. But in it is. His high fastball on the plate is not real effective.
On the Toyota Major League scoreboard, the Red Sox lead the Braves 3-2. Well, there wasn't a whole lot of offense in yesterday's game, so they're making up for it today. 2-run home run by David Ortiz, his 6th of the year. Tim Wakefield pitching in that one for the Red Sox, so you might think that there's some runs given up, or will be some runs given up. It's like Jair Jurgens is making the start for the Braves.
That's a guy who keeps the ball in the ballpark too. He's one of the best in the National League, at least, as far as allowing fewest home runs.
I think when I was a kid, Wheels, I don't think they had caps that would fit my head. I don't even know if I would keep it on.
Well, he wasn't going to keep that on.
Swing and a foul tip into the glove of Ruiz, and Andino's down on strikes. Third strikeout of the day for Cole Hamels, and he strands another one at first base. We played 1.5. The hat is back on as the Phillies. City are these days? Well, John Cryer and Charlie Sheen. Catch them on Philly's #1 comedy, 2.5 Men, tonight, and every weeknight at 6:30 and 7 here on my PHL 17. Last of the second inning, sold out crowd enjoying some baseball on this Sunday afternoon. And the Phillies will send Greg Dobbs, Pedro Feliz, and Carlos Ruiz to the plate. Phillies stranded 2 in their half of the first inning against Jeremy Guthrie. Dobbs hitting .210, 2 for 3 in last night's ball game. Runs scored in an RBI. Yeah, they count 1 ball and 1 strike to him. See the players wearing the blue ribbon next to the HK logo on their jersey. The Orioles players are wearing the same ribbon. As Dobbs sends one to the air deep to right field. Moving back is Reimold to the warning track. Gone! Father's Day home run for Greg Dobbs. A solo shot. And the Phillies are on the board. It's 1-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. And Eric Plateau of Harleysville, PA, you've just won $100 courtesy of the McDonald's home run jackpot.
That's the 17th home run ball thrown this year by Guthrie. As Tom mentioned, a lot of runs early on, and here in the second inning, a fastball out over the plate a little bit, and Greg hits it well. That is the 10th home run hit by a left-handed hitter off him.
And the 17th overall that he has allowed. And the Phillies have jumped out to a 1-0 lead. Here's Pedro Feliz, who takes one for a strike. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. We're starting at first base for the 2nd straight day for the illing Ryan Howard. See, Pedro's average has dropped under 300 for the first time in a little while. Just 7 hits on this homestand, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes to him.
Big game here last Sunday with a key hit. There's Greg having given the Phillies a 1-0 lead with that homer. He had a good game here last week, did Pedro. Got a key double to right field off Beckett. You know, when the Phillies kind of blew that game open. That's the last time they've been able to win a game.
Yeah, all 3 of his hits, Feliz's hits that day, went to right field, including that double. You see Guthrie leads the league in home runs allowed. I'm surprised that Sonnenstein, who's going to start Thursday for the Rays, has given up so many. Phillies will head to Tampa after tomorrow's ALS festival. Start a 3-game series beginning Tuesday.
Yeah, they're going to get Price on Tuesday night, that left-hander. And then Garza and Sonnenstein, 2 right-handers.
In the air to left field. That's pretty deep. Moving back is Scott to the warning track. Has room. Makes the catch. A couple steps from the HK billboard in left field.
And that one just didn't sound real good.
It was down toward the hands, I thought, a little bit.
Yeah, it must have been, because it almost sounded like he broke his bat. Some wind blowing in, too, from left field. He got full extension there, but it didn't look like he hit it on the barrel.
1 out. Carlos Ruiz, the batter against Jeremy Guthrie.
See why Guthrie throws homers. That's a good curveball there, but he does throw some fastballs in the middle of the plate, and he throws hard, and it's pretty straight. And if it's straight and they throw it hard, they can't throw it hard enough.
Carlos 1 for 5 against the Orioles in this series. 267 overall. Curveball hit in the air, left field. Scott will have an easier play on this one. Doesn't have to go back as far. And there are 2 outs now in the bottom of the 2nd inning.
There's another problem probably for Guthrie. Look at all his outs are in the air. And he plays in a small ballpark in Oriole Park in Camden Yards. That's a home run hitter's ballpark. Of course, this one, it can fly pretty well here on a given day. So if you're a fly ball pitcher, that's not real healthy.
His ERA away from Camden Yards is 8.53. I thought it would be much better just because of the same things you talked about away from Baltimore than it would be at Baltimore.
Yeah, because that's such a good hitter's park down there.
Cole takes a big hack and a foul tip into the glove. It's 0-2.
We'll try and keep it out of the air as much as possible down there.
Cole a little humpback spinner towards second. Roberts has to hurry and just does get him. And the inning is over. But Greg Dobbs gives the Phils a 1-0 lead. His 4th home run of the year. Phillies.com. Go to the fan forum section for all the information. And please submit your answer on the subject line. The question is, who is the youngest pitcher in Major League history to throw a shutout in the World Series? The answer will be revealed in the 7th inning. Now, Greg Dobbs has made sure the Phillies are not going to get shut out today. His solo home run in the bottom of the 2nd inning has given the Phils a 1-0 lead as we go to the top of the 3rd. Greg starting at first base today for Ryan Howard, who is under the weather once again. There's our good friend J.R. Aquila, who has taken in the ball game today. One of the suites here at Citizens Bank Park. Looks like he got some pretty good connections to settle into one of those suites. JR produces the 76ers games.
Is he in the Comcast suite? Yeah, there he is. I see him down there. Yeah.
Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes to Jeremy Guthrie. Guthrie at his first at bat this season. And it holds 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Phillies, as mentioned, are 13-21 here at home this year, and I know that there's been a lot of talk about why. When will the struggles turn into some positive play here at the ballpark? As Guthrie's down on strikes, and there's another positive for Cole Hamels. That's his 4th strikeout. The last time the defending world champions had a record like this was back in 1998 when the Marlins were 14-20 after 34 games down at what was, I guess, Pro Players Stadium. But the big thing is the Marlins didn't play that well on the road that year. The Phillies have right now a tremendous road record at 23-9, which is why they're 2 games up in the National League East, which is the good news. Roberts sends one to the air, deep to left field, stares, has room, and he makes the catch. And the wind is really knocking that ball down. Also, Cole got in a little bit on that one with Roberts.
Yeah, and Roberts, it looks like maybe he's a little bit stronger left-handed, but look at the wind blowing in from left field right now. Blowing really strong. And it looks like it's knocking it down a little bit. That doesn't mean you're not going to be able to hit a home run. He tried to get on top of a high fastball there, and it stayed in the ballpark. You can hit him out here, but you're not going to get any help out there to left and left center today.
Reimold singled his first time up, takes a fastball in. It's 1-0.
There's another fastball in. It really looks like Cole Hamels is trying to pitch inside more today to get all these right-handed hitters from diving out on him.
Change up. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Reimold now hitting .295 after that base hit his first time up, and he leads the triple crown categories among rookies in the American League. Those 8 home runs, 17 RBIs. Chopper slowly hit up the third base line, charging his Feliz, has it, throws off balance in time to get Reimold, and it's a 1-2-3 top of the 3rd inning. Solid defense by Pedro Feliz, and he just robbed Reimold. To the ball game, Jamie Moyer was presented with the lineup card from his 250th victory this year, and then he also presented his dad Jim with a World Series ring commemorating his World Series championship here in Philadelphia. And Jamie was a huge Phillies fan growing up, but the reason he was a huge Phillies fan was because of his mom and dad, who you see there, and As Jimmy Rollins leads things off here at the bottom of the third, Jim Moyer joins us here on Father's Day. Mr. Moyer, happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day to you fellas, too. I feel like I know you. If we're not here at the ball game, you guys are in our living room every game, so I feel like I know you. Where's Sarge today?
Sarge, well, he'll be here. Oh, okay. In fact, you'll hear him before you see him.
He'll show up, Mr. Moyer. You'll see him. Don't worry.
Well, how great was that down on the field today?
Oh, that was super, super, super. Never expected something like that, you know. Like I say, he's always giving back to someone, you know, but not what he does on the field, you know, off the field, too. He's so gracious. Yes.
You know, having grown up in this area, as a kid in this area, and wanting to be a Philly, what is it like to have a son who grew up in the area to play for his hometown team and win a World Series?
That's great. That's great. I had a shot myself. Do you remember Jocko Collins?
Yeah, sure. It's a scout.
He signed me in 1949.
Jocko signed you?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, at that time was DCBA, and I had a D contract for the Phillies.
Jocko, what was your position?
Shortstop.
Shortstop?
Yes.
Were you living in Souderton, in that area?
Souderton, yeah. He came up one day and watched me and signed on the trunk of my dad's car.
Right off of Cowpath Road?
Right off the Cowpath Road. Right. It was the Ridge Road. I was playing for Tyler Sport at the time. Yes.
Wow, that's a great story. I never knew that.
And then another year later, the Cards did the same thing. I went to spring training with the farm club. I was at Laurinburg, North Carolina with the Phillies.
So there's some genes involved here.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so I think we understand now where Dylan has gotten his shortstop prowess. It's not anything that Jamie passed along. It's because of you.
I'll be glad to take these.
Dylan is Jamie's oldest son, who's going to be a senior in high school this year.
Plus, if he's a shortstop, it helps he doesn't throw left-handed.
Well, that is true. That is true.
Well, he has a left-hander coming along. Mac is the 5-year-old. He's left-handed.
You have to have
put
at least
everything
one.
in his left hand, the bat, the ball, everything. So.
You have to have at least one.
And he's got some ability.
2-2 the count to Shane Victorino with one out here in the bottom of the third. We're spending some time with Jamie Moyer's dad, Jim, who's Philadelphia true and true. And Jimmy Rollins went down for the first out and a strikeout. And Shane Victorino is down looking on strikes here. They didn't like that call from Charlie Relaford. And with two away here in the bottom of the third, let's see if Shane has a gripe here or not. What do you think, Mr. Moyer?
Move back in. Too good to take, I would say.
Yeah, with two strikes, it probably is too good.
That was perfect analyzation. It moved back in. It was too close to take.
Well, the last week or so, you know, we're swinging a lot of bad pitches.
Oh, yeah.
Breaking balls, especially on two strikes. You know.
Yeah, you want them swinging at Jamie's bad pitches. You don't want the hitters doing them.
Got to make contact.
Got to make contact. That's a big thing.
A play. I coached Legion ball. I said we want two guys to handle that ball, and we got a 50-50 chance of making an error. So.
Chase Utley, the batter, with the count 0-1, and Chase takes a breaking ball outside.
Hey, what was it like to be a spectator at one World Series parade with Jamie and to see him on the float the second time?
Super. What can I say? You know, it's unbelievable. You know, to come from a small town, you know, and gotten to where he is today. You know, and done so many things, so many wonderful things he has done.
Well, and you talked about the on-the-field stuff, but like you said, too, the off-the-field stuff has been unbelievable from Jamie and Karen.
I would say, I don't know how you do it. You've got something going all the time. The other week we were down, and you had three things to do that day. That's his off day. He had 3 appearances. His time was well spent.
Guess what? He's got a house full of kids. He's always moving.
Yeah. Well, they're always running somebody. They're all athletic, you know, and now that the boys are in different teams, you know, here, there, then the girls are playing ball, too.
There's ball 4 to Chase Utley, so he draws a 2-out walk.
And the 5-year-old was playing. We drove an hour to his game.
Oh, you did?
No, come on. Yes.
I mean, I know you get a chance to see Jamie pitch in the big leagues, but even with the grandkids, can you never get enough of that?
No. I love the game. Love the game.
It's a great gift that he passed on.
Yes.
When Jamie was a kid, I know when we were kids, we didn't go that far to play games. Now they travel all over. Was he starting to do that, or was it still kind of local?
It was mostly local. We did get in the playoffs. We'd go to Allentown area, Northampton, and that area. We'd get We did well. I had the team for 7 years. We won 5 championships. That means you go to the playoff, Legion playoffs, and we could get probably as far as Boyertown, and they always stopped a great program they had up there.
They have a great stadium.
Yes.
There in Quakertown have 2 of the best American Legion stadiums going.
We opened that stadium.
Oh, you did?
They heard about Jamie, and he asked to bring our team over there. We were the first team to play there.
He was an attraction even at that age.
Right. And Mr. Speck there, I go over to the Legion playoffs. Well, he passed away a couple years ago. He was a real estate over there. He did a lot over there in Boyertown, and I'd always look him up, and we talk about old times, and he'd say, you know, Jim, with all our program here, all the kids we never had anybody meet the majors.
Yeah.
And you did.
It's pretty impressive.
Right.
Yeah. 1-2 the count to Matt Stairs with 2 away here in the bottom of the 3rd. Matt tries to hold up. Did he? Nope. He went around, and Wieters is going to apply the tag. Well, Mr. Moyer, happy Father's Day.
Thank
Many
you,
more.
fellas.
Hope you enjoy yourself. Advance by W.B. Mason. Who but W.B. Mason for amazingly low office product prices. And by your local Chevy dealers. Top of the 4th inning, 1-0 Phillies. Gary Matthews joins us on this Father's Day. Phillies lead at 1-0 thanks to a home run by Greg Dobbs. But Cole Hamels has done a nice job this afternoon. He's picked up 4 strikeouts. He's allowed 2 base hits. And now he'll face 3, 4, and 5 for the Baltimore Orioles. Adam Jones, Luke Scott, and Melvin Mora. Jones struck out his first time up. I would imagine he's going to see more changeups. That's what he saw in his first at-bat.
Yep.
Figure that Cole's going to take advantage of the youth.
Anytime young players come to the league, the one pitch they usually can hit is the fastball, and the one that they usually can't hit is that off-speed pitch. Ooh, pretty good pitch.
2-0 the count to him. And Cole just asked where that pitch was, and Charlie Relaford just brushed inside. That one's in the air to shallow right center field, and nobody's going to get that one. It's going to be the 3rd hit of the day for the Orioles. So a runner on to lead off the top of the 4th. Cincinnati Reds are coming to Philadelphia beginning Monday, July 6th. You can extend your 4th of July weekend to a 4-game series against the Reds. And you can wrap it up with another fireworks show, the Independence Blue Cross Fireworks Show on Thursday the 9th at 7:05. You can order your tickets now by logging on to Phillies.com. Luke Scott struck out his first time up. And that pitch is inside. 1 ball and no strikes.
These are the type of clubs you like to try and put away early. You stay close to them, and they're major league hitters. Anything can happen. Evident of last night's ball game. Just want to get them where they have no hope at all, and that's by pounding on the ball.
Well, then as a team, Sarge, if you're the Phillies, I mean, how do you turn the page quickly on last night's game? Is the fact that this is a day game, it comes around so fast that it helps?
It does help because you want to get back out there, and I'm sure Matson wants to get back out there as quick as he possibly can.
It would probably be good for the Phillies to get him back out there quickly too.
Yeah, you know, when you're losing games like that, just like when you're winning them, you'll just say, well, what's going to happen this time?
Good change up, 1-2 the count.
Just the opposite. When you're winning, you feel that, again, no lead is safe, and once one runner gets on, you go, okay, here we go again. Just need to get that one game under the belt, get back on that winning streak.
Another toss over. Orioles began play today 31-37, still in last place in the American League East. One of the toughest divisions in baseball. The Red Sox lead the division by 2. Orioles are 10 games back. Detroit leads the Central, and the Texas Rangers lead in the West. Is just a half a game over Gary Matthews Jr.'s LA Angels of Anaheim. They've been playing some pretty good baseball, and the Rangers are starting to come back down to earth a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Full count, 3-2 to Luke Scott. Here are the AL East standings. The Yankees 8 games over 500, 3 games back. Blue Jays 5 games off the pace. Rays 6 games off. And the Orioles 31-37.
Yeah, that's why a lot of teams don't like dealing their players, because you feel that you still have a chance.
Runner goes, 3-2 taken on the outside corner for a strike. They've got Jones in a pickle, and he is tagged out by Dobbs. Luke Scott thought it was ball 4. Maybe Jones thought it was ball 4. But Ruiz threw it through. And then the rundown gets Jones at first base.
Boy, what a quick release by Ruiz, as you can see him tossing that ball. Jones sees that, knows he can't make it as he tries to get back, but you might as well try and go on and go. Well, you got to like that for your pitch count.
Now, you would prefer to just go on and go and take your chances on maybe an errant throw or something like that?
I think he was just more or less trying. This guy has really pretty good speed, so even though you're running 3-2, you're still going as if you're stealing the base, is the point that I'm making. He got there, I guess, and felt that he couldn't make it, and his best bet was to try and get back to first base. Well, you can see him talking with Dave Trimley, the manager there, telling him probably the same thing, or if you don't get the jump, don't go, period.
Mora checks his swing on a pitch low.
At 3-2, you're usually going with one out just to stay out of the double play if the ball is hit on the ground.
Yeah, he froze. So you think Dave Tremblay was just telling him, you know what, just keep on going?
Well, never can tell whether or not the throw is going to be there, but let's face it, Ruiz usually throws right on the bag.
Little number in front of the plate. Carlos has it, and the inning is over. So Cole Hamels gets another strikeout, his 5th of the ball game, and also Honda. You can depend on your Honda dealer for great leases and low financing. By Southwest Airlines. Southwest Airlines is ready when you are. Go to southwest.com. Grab your bag. It's on. By McDonald's. Introducing McDonald's McCafe coffees. Try hot or cold iced mochas, lattes, and cappuccinos. McDonald's. I'm loving it. And by AT&T. Your world delivered. Bottom of the fourth inning. Jason Worth leads it off. Takes one inside. Jason flied out to center field his first time up. His only time up in today's game. Phillies leading at 1-0 thanks to a home run by Greg Dobbs. Jason's average has dipped back under 260.
Yeah, he's due to start to get hot. You notice how he's on his heels. That's not what you want to do. Even when you take a pitch, you want to take the pitch, anticipate a strike until it isn't. See, he asked for a fastball inside.
And he got it inside, and he skies it foul.
No, but this ball that's a two-seamer, if he starts it inside, it's running inside. You got to let go of that ball. You got to let that ball go.
There's that blue ribbon we were talking about before that players are wearing today. They're wearing the blue wristbands as well. That's in honor of Father's Day and also to remind folks about the Prostate Cancer Foundation. Line drive caught by Roberts. One away. Here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Philadelphia fans know all too well about the dangers of prostate cancer. In fact, Philadelphia just lost Gary Papa a couple days ago after a long battle with prostate cancer. And Major League Baseball, since the 11th of June, have had an undertaking to raise awareness about prostate cancer. And this Father's Day, you can join Major League Baseball and the Prostate Cancer Foundation in raising awareness for prostate cancer. Log on to MLB.com or prostatecancerfoundation.org for more information on how you can help. And the players are helping as well. Last year in the Home Run Challenge, Major League Baseball and its players raised more than $2.5 million to help in the research to find a cure for prostate cancer. You know, we'll see what the total is after today is over with, but I'm sure it's either in that neighborhood or even a little bit more. Dobbs rolls over on one. And Wigginton hangs onto the bag, and there are two away. Well, one way that Major League Baseball players helped in this ball game was Greg Dobbs on his home run.
Boy, look at that swing. A little short and compact fastball as he drives the ball out of the ballpark. It's home plate. You know, the more he gets at bats, the better his swing is going to be.
You hate to not have Ryan Howard in the lineup, and Ryan's not in the lineup because he's been battling these flu-like symptoms the last couple of days. But the bright spot is you can get guys like Matt Stairs and Greg Dobbs some at bats, and you know they're going to need it. Even as pinch hitters, they're going to need to get that swing crisp.
Well, you got to be able to get in some of the games in order to hit some of the pitchers.
2-1 the count to Feliz.
No, pretty difficult to ask guys to pinch hit, and usually it's off of some of the better pitchers like the closer or the setup guy, and those are usually some of the better pitchers on your team.
Off the end of the bat, a pop-up behind home plate, and Pedro's going to stay alive. And it remains 2-2.
You hear hitters talk about timing all the time, and hard to be consistent if you don't have your timing or pulling off balls.
Pedro in the air, lifts it to right. Over toward Reimold, who puts it away, and the Phillies are retired quietly in order here in the bottom of the fourth inning. We've played 4. Jeremy Guthrie and the O's trailing at Tonight at 8, the epic drama critics love. From Sam Raimi, My PHL 17 presents Legend of the Seeker. Followed by Law and Order SVU tonight at 9, only on My PHL 17. Father's Day here at the ballpark, top of the 5th inning. The dads in attendance today received that great bucket hat right there that gentleman is wearing, with the Bicentennial Phillies P on the front. Sarge, you get some phone calls today for Father's Day?
Got a bunch of calls already. Always do, though, on today's day, Father's Day, starting pretty early.
What time did Paige, your daughter, wake you up?
Actually, at 8 o'clock.
1-1 the count to tie Wigginton.
You could always count on that.
That's early where she is in Chicago. It's 7 a.m. in Chicago.
She's always up early.
Wigginton singled his only time up. Ty Wigginton riding a 4-game hitting streak into today's ball game. It's that one sharply. Jimmy's got it. A couple of wrappers behind him. Doesn't bother him. One away.
Well, that ball had some serious backspin on it. They were making that play look easy.
One out now for Matt Wieters, who flied out to right field. I always think about Father's Day, Sarge, when it comes to baseball, and I think about guys like you and the hundreds. And I looked at it today, and there are a lot of second-generation ball players, fathers, sons, many more than I ever thought there were. That it's got to be kind of neat, when you think about fathers and sons, and baseball, and the relationship between the two, and that you can see your son playing in the big leagues after you had so many years of success in the big leagues.
Yeah, it makes you really feel proud. And then when you think about Ken Griffey Sr. able to play with his son in the major leagues and having run in front of him and catch a ball. And I remember like it was yesterday, Senior just shaking his head and Junior laughing as he's running away.
0-2 the count to Wieters. Now, would you, if you ever played with Junior, would you let him run in front of you like Kelly Leak from the Bad News Bears and take the pop-up?
What are you going to do?
Trip him.
Oh, yes, right. That's all I need, the ball to be falling out in the outfield there. Oh, no.
Wieters down on strikes. That's the 6th strikeout of the afternoon for Cole. 2 away.
It looked like a, what is that, high changeup as he out in front of that, but in a good spot. He's got that ball fading away just a little bit. When he throws that changeup, very difficult for that right-handed batter to hit that ball.
It'll bring Robert Andino to the plate. He struck out his only time up, so he's 0 for 1. And he takes a changeup for a strike. It's 0-1.
I just talked with one of my old teammates, Leon Durham. He played first base for the Chicago Cubs. His son just signed with the Toronto Blue Jays. His name is Lance. And yes, he does play first base.
Does he wear those glasses too, like Leon?
Not a stick.
Well, we just talked to Jamie Moyer's dad, and Jamie's dad was telling us how he was scouted by the Cardinals and the Phillies. And, to be able to pass that love along. I mean, a lot of us have passed our love of baseball along, but then to pass on the ability to play like you guys have had, that's got to be extra special. Just like Cole Hamels pitches today, they're extra special. He now has 7 strikeouts. He retires the Orioles in order here at the top of the 5th, and he leads it 1-0. If you're traveling and can't watch your Phillies on TV, you can always catch the game on your computer with MLB.tv. The ultimate baseball experience featuring 100 out-of-market games per week live on your computer, and catch those you missed on demand. For more details, visit Phillies.com, where baseball is always on. Father's Day here at the ballpark. Dads with his daughters. And Phillies fans. And they seem to be getting younger and younger. This team has such a following in this city anyway, but it's just getting thicker and thicker with the youngsters, not only the young boys, but young girls. Doesn't matter what your hairstyle is. I have none. He has a very interesting one. She's got some long locks.
E-ball girl. Nice try, though. That is some long hair.
Yeah. Maybe her first baseball. 2-2 the count to Ruiz. Carlos fly to left is only time up. He's 0 for 1.
Did you get a chance to get your bucket hat?
I have not got my bucket hat yet.
One size fits all.
I understand that. I've worn them in the past.
Have you not?
Yeah, look, there it is right there. Thanks to the folks at Chevy.
Surprised you don't have one on, or where the fans could actually see it up in the booth.
That's a good point that we haven't received them yet. Would you wear that hat, Sarge? Would that be part of your collection?
I would wear that with the fishing pole. Absolutely right there on the boat. Absolutely.
What style? Would you wear it like the gentleman has there, like Gilligan?
I got to have mine all the way down.
Flaps all the way down?
Absolutely.
Like that look right there?
There you go, with sunglasses.
He doesn't have sunglasses on, though, Sarge.
No, well, when you're out there fishing, you got to have it.
What about sunblock?
Well, you know all about that. Remember your hair turned red?
More on the short hop, and he throws out Ruiz. What a way here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Time to take a look at our Firestone leaders. And the Orioles 8-3 in interleague play. How about the Rockies? They're representing the National League. They're the only National League team in the top 4. Angels at 9-2. Firestone, a tradition of innovation. The team that's always in that mix, though, and it's a surprising team, the Oakland A's are always among the leaders in interleague record.
Well, you notice, you talk to the teams that don't win, they don't like it. You know, and I don't blame them. I'm sure they'd rather play the Mets or somebody else in their own division. And to be quite frank, at times, very difficult to get up as that ball hit down the line.
Cole Hamels nearly had an extra base hit, but that was just foul.
You know, sometimes you get the feeling that the teams that are coming in, because they're playing the world champions, they get up. It's a feather in their cap when they can talk about they came in and swept them or won the series. So Phillies have to match that. It always looks like you're not playing well when you're not winning. It just goes hand in hand.
Hamels down on strikes. 2 away. Well, I think that's part of what's happening here with the ball club, is that, you know, they aren't winning, and really they haven't played well. I mean, it has gone hand in hand for them. Well, but they're still in first place.
Yeah, it hasn't been well. They haven't been hitting right or playing defense, and for the first few times, defense has been losing some ball games. That usually did not happen at all last year, not very much for sure.
Well, it didn't happen the first 2.5 months of the season. In fact, on this homestand alone, they've committed 7 errors.
Yeah, well, if you're not going to hit, you can't be making errors, and pitching hasn't been the way they would like it. But, you know, they're still battling, and guess what? They're still in first place. As bad as you think things might be, they're a lot worse for other teams.
With a curveball coming, Jimmy pops it up to straightaway center. And the Phillies are going to be retired in order for the 2nd consecutive inning. That's 7 in a row retired by Guthrie. Jason Worth. The hard-swinging outfielder has been arriving at the park ready to pound the ball for the Phillies offense. The team's newest long ball threat is connecting on a consistent rate and driving in runs regularly. Jason became the 4th Philly to reach double digits in home runs this season, and he is on pace to break his own single-season mark. Worth's power performance is brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. We're here for you every step of the way. Well, the Fanatic with the hot dog shooter, making some fans pretty happy. The Hatfield hot dog shooter. Got a dollar dog night coming up on July 23rd when the San Diego Padres are coming to town. Well, here Cole Hamels has been outstanding. 7 swinging strikeouts through 5, and we begin the top of the 6th with Guthrie trying to bunt one to the young kid over the first base dugout. It makes a great play.
That's why you bring your glove.
Nice going, buddy. Protected his dad on that one. That ball was going right for his dad's coconut.
Those are the kind you like, too. Okay, the little soft ones that are coming in.
I don't think he thought that was soft, though. He thought that was a major league pop-up.
He knows what's hard and what's not. He's got a glove on. Looks like a pretty good little leaguer there. Or a little bigger than a little leaguer. 8
strikeouts now for Hamels. All right, let's watch this catch. Break it down for us, Sarge.
Well, he's got good position on it as he gets up there and he backhands the ball. Tell you what, might have been on Dad's head.
That was a good grab.
It was. Nice timing.
See, Dad, I told you these seats were good to buy. And now he doesn't have to yell at Greg Dobbs and throw a ball into the crowd anymore. Brian Roberts there, he's 0 for 2. And that's a strike. Roberts is grounded out. He's also flied out to deep left field.
One of those kind of players that just needles you and needles you in terms of hitting.
Oh, he needles it right down the third base line over the bag. I don't think Stairs read it properly. He thought it was going to go after off the half wall. Roberts will hold up at second base. He would have gotten to second anyway. That ball got away, and Hamels is going to track it down and then fumble it. Roberts is a little indecisive on what he should do.
Yeah, well, he's got the cha-cha-cha going on over there at second base, going back and forward. Started off with the ball where Stairs thought the ball was going to hit off the railing, and it hugged the line. Had a little problems with it. When he threw it in, it was like a hot potato. Nobody wanted to pick it up. Take a look at this ball right down the line. Now he thinks it's going off the railing. Right down the line and then hugs the line. You'll see Stairs coming over there and picks it up, fires the ball in. Now here we go. Cha-cha. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back and forth. He's going. And I'm going to go back again. Let me go back here. By then, now he's out of breath, just ready to get back there, almost fall on second base.
Could have played a little music underneath that while he was doing that. Well, he's in scoring position. First runner today the Orioles have had in scoring position. The batter is Reimold, and he'll take one for a strike. Reimold is singled. He's also grounded out. There goes Roberts, and that ball is flared down the right field line. A foul ball.
Not a good play by
Reimold.
By Reimold, yeah. I mean, he's right in your face here. You got 1 strike on you. You see him take off, has a great jump. You got to let him have the bag. Again, you can't be afraid to hit with 2 strikes on you, but that kind of a jump there, I'd rather have that runner on third base, less than 2 outs. I'll take my chances all day long, especially on a left-handed hitter. If you're a right-handed hitter, just to make contact to get the run in.
He pops this one up, first base side. Dobbs is over. And the only one that was close to that one was Andy Rabel, our cameraman. Artie was down there as well. And the count remains 0-2. Here's Andy.
No, that's why when a runner's on second base like Roberts, you like for those runners, if they're going to steal, they're still early in the count. You don't like it with 2 strikes because you're in more of a protect type mode at home plate.
Roberts is going again. Pitch is taken high. The throw to third. Not in time. 15th stolen base of the year for Roberts, who got another good jump.
This is what I'm talking about, how they just needle you away, where short player in stature has a big heart, though. Great jump, no chance at all, even though the throw a little bit, well, it was a good throw. That was just getting a great jump.
Checked his swing, they'll appeal. No swing, says Larry Vanover.
Now take a look at the jump again, and he's just off and running, looking at the play all the time. Now, not only did he steal that bag, he knows that Felice, third baseman, who's playing back a little deeper, would have had to almost get that running throw.
Change up, swung on and missed. 9 strikeouts for Cole Hamels.
Filthy.
All 9 strikeouts have come swinging this afternoon. And he has got a real good changeup.
Boy, he sure does. And there's that changeup that he throws. And there again, ball just tailing away just a little bit. Having it in a good spot on the outside part of the plate.
So now with a runner on third, Jones the batter. Got to be careful of a bunt here with Jones. We saw that last night. He may not get a better pitch than that one. A fastball that's right in there for strike one.
Yeah, right on the outside part of the plate there. Paint. First pitch fastball.
Cole in his last outing went just 6, and he was frustrated afterward that he didn't go farther than that. So he's trying to go deeper in today's game. And look at his line: 9 strikeouts and 5 2/3. Looper, that's going to find right field. A base hit, and the Orioles going to tie this game up. They throw to first, and Jones was nearly out. Jason Worth with a heads-up play. I'm not sure if Dobbs was on the bag.
Well,
Adam Jones was doing a little Cadillacing, Sarge.
Well, you could see Dave Trimley, manager, as he's actually looking at Jones. That's a no-no. Dave will be all over him again. Nice hitting there for him, but you can see now Worth coming in. He picks it up and fires right away. And I tell you what, if his foot's on the bag, it would have been a little closer, but he would have actually been saved. Jones on that. Not hustling, though, the way that he should.
So a 1-1 game here in the top of the 6th inning.
You can see he's going, and he just Cadillacing and strolling in there. See that throw starts to come in, he picks it up a little, but that's not something you want to do, and especially with 2 strikes.
Cole has gotten Scott twice today on strikeouts. Once in the first, once in the fourth. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, there are a lot of times early on, especially when I was playing, managers will put you on the bench for doing things like that, not hustling. They can put up with the not hitting, but the not hustling part, they'll put you on the bench like as quick as you can.
Well, think about Charlie Manuel last year with Jimmy Rollins.
Same thing.
Charlie did it twice, benched Jimmy twice, once for being late in New York and once for not hustling. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Another toss over to first. You don't see, and I understand where Jones is coming from. I mean, you just don't see it often in the big leagues. And Dave Tremblay knows this, that you're going to get thrown out from right field. But the bigger picture is just hustle all the time.
No, that's exactly right. You do have to hustle all the time. You never take. That's why you always run on a pop-up. The last time when you end up not having, or you get a pop-up, it's 2 outs, you don't run. You end up dropping the ball, you don't score. That's when you look bad. But if you're hustling all the time, you'll always look good.
1-2 the count to Luke Scott with a runner on first base. Got him. Oh, no. Ruiz didn't hold on. And it remains 1-2. Well, Sarge, on the surface of the vet, that turf, the ball would move quicker. And I would think it would happen more often than on natural grass, throwing out a runner at first. Have you ever seen a major leaguer get thrown out at first base?
There has been times, definitely, that runners have been thrown out. Pitchers have been thrown out there at first base. I was just trying to think about left fielder that we had in Atlanta. He was MVP, too.
Right fielder?
And left fielder. Okay. He got thrown out.
1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him this time. Third time Scott's gone down on strikes. Cole Hamels strikes out 3 here in the 6th inning. He allows a run. It's his 11th career 10 strikeout game. The game tied at 1. Mid-size, drive one today. By Bud Light, the drinkability of Bud Light with the refreshing taste of lime. That's Bud Light Lime. And by Thomas Jefferson University Hospitals. Call 1-800-JEFF-NOW. Sold out crowd here at Citizens Bank Park on Father's Day. And Shane Victorino will lead it off here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Phillies and the Orioles tied at 1. Shane has struck out. He's walked. Stranded at third back in the 1st inning. And that's a liner right back through the middle of base hit. It's only the 3rd hit for the Phils.
It's a matter of time before some of the pitchers are going to start to pay for guys not hitting the ball. And this is a time when pitchers want to get to the ballpark and pitch against a team that they know aren't swinging the bats the way they normally are. They're saying, hey, give me the ball. And again, they get hot as a team. Somebody's going to be in trouble. You can see averages are starting to come down some. Well, guess what? They'll be going back up.
Chase Utley's 0 for 1. He walked his last time up. Guthrie takes a long look in, and that was more because of Shane at first base than anything else. A little quick pitch, and it's a strike. It's 0-1.
That's exactly right. Quick pitch. Sometimes Utley gets caught up into those where he's bringing his bat back, not quite set. The hitter, you want to be set and comfortable.
Pops it up. Shallow left field. More of the third baseman is back. And he fights the wind and makes the catch. And one away here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Well, Tuesday, June 30th at the Bala Movie Theater at 157 Bala Avenue in Bala Kinwood. Watch the Phillies-Braves game with other fans in game-type atmosphere. The Fanatic will be there. The Ball Girls will be there. And Phillies PA announcer Dan Baker will be in attendance. There'll be other special activities as well. First movie night was at the Cinema Bridge Deluxe, and that was a sellout. And it was a resounding success. Tickets cost $12. They're limited. You can log on to Phillies.com. Matt Stairs the batter, and Stairs takes one low. It's 1-0. Matt singled his first time up, struck out in the third, 1 for 2. And a toss over to first. Victorino is back diving. Sarge, what about trying to swipe it back here?
Well, it'd be good to try and get in scoring position. Victorino, one of the players that's on his own.
Well, it's another pop up to the left side into shallow left field. And Stairs is retired. So Utley and Stairs both pop out to Melvin Moore at third.
Yeah, too many balls in the air. The guys have been hitting. A lot of times when things aren't going right, guys go up and try and maybe hit the ball out of the ballpark. It's got to be the opposite. You got to have a good foundation before you can start to leave out of the yard consistently. And that means balls are hit up the middle or right center if you're a left-handed batter.
Jason hit the ball hard his last time up. He lined out, hit the ball right at Brian Roberts, so he's 0 for 2.
Guthrie has pretty quick feet on the mound. One of the reasons you see that Victorino not able to get a jump.
Worth sends one in the air to left field. It's deep. Adam Jones, the center fielder, is over. And he calls off Luke Scott, who wasn't sure if Jones was calling it. And the inning is over. So the Phillies get a leadoff base hit from Shane Victorino. He's stranded.
Turned out to be a real good pitching matchup today. Jeremy Guthrie's been hit hard, and the early innings of games got through with just one today, and that's all he's given up. And Cole Hamels has just given up his first run of the game. And Melvin Moore, Tom, is going to start with a base hit here.
Yeah, that base hit for Melvin Moore, the 6th of the game for the Orioles, and it starts the top of the 7th inning off.
And here is our Verizon Wireless game summary. You see the single runs for both teams. Greg Dobbs, Phillies run with a homer. Cole Hamels with a 10 strikeout game, and a jammer base hit by Adam Jones knocked in the run for Baltimore.
Well, he starts Ty Wigginton off with a pitch, changeup for a strike, and it's 0-1. Wigginton's 1 for 2. He has singled. He's grounded to shortstop. Well, he has had his changeup and his command of that changeup today up, down. I mean, it doesn't matter where he throws it. He has got perfect command of it.
And I think it's because his fastball's so good today too. When he comes out with a good fastball, as they get the bullpen up now, with Bass up, they get the comes out with a good fastball and location. His changeup is really good.
They wanted to go upstairs, and it's a liner. It's a right center field, a base hit. Mora around second, heading to third. Here's Victorino's throw on one hop, and Mora is out at third base.
He hesitated.
He sure did, and Shane did not hesitate. Second outfield assist of the season for Shane.
Cole made a great pitch, it looked like, with a fastball and jammed him. You're talking about that fastball in today and how effective it's been. See if we can see what Mora does. He does hesitate, though. Watch right there. Well, he slowed up just a little bit. It's almost imperceptible when you look at that replay.
It was a bad stride.
He did. There was something about it where he slows up enough, and Shane saw it and nailed him.
There's that old adage, can't make the first or third out at third base.
Right.
And Mora has made the first out at third here at the top of the 7th. You know, in a 1-1 game, when you're just struggling to score runs, and the Orioles today are struggling to score runs, I guess you're trying to make something happen, but got to know who's out there throwing. That was a heck of a throw by Victorino.
Well, if you're not doing everything perfect, by that I mean read the ball off the bat, be in full stride, see where the outfielder is. If there's anything missing in that, you just can't go. As you said, Tom, first or third out at third base is a real no-no.
So into the count to Matt Wieters, who's 0 for 2.
Boy, he's done well with that pitch inside today. Here you go right now. And Shane Victorino, of course, has a tremendous arm, and he's accurate. A little offline, but he gave Pedro a nice true hop to handle, and then he could get the tag down.
It's sharply towards short, could be 2. Utley for one, he bobbles, still has time, and he gets the double play. 6-4-3. I guess you could say 4 a couple of times before that double play was recorded, and Cole Hamels is out of the 7th inning. Easy to Jimmy, and then Chase having a little trouble getting it out of his glove, and then he fires to get the final out. Who is the youngest pitcher in Major League history to throw a shutout in the World Series? Wheels, what do you think?
Jim Palmer.
Yeah, you're right.
I knew that one.
Jim Palmer, age 20, game 2 against the Dodgers. All right, who did he face? All
right, let me think.
Well, he's thinking. You can log back on to Phillies.com to find out if you're the winner of a Phillies prize pack.
Was it Koufax?
Thanks for playing Dodge Stump the Fans.
Yeah.
Double bell.
Boy, they were unbelievable, the Orioles in that World Series with their pitching.
What year was that, Wheels?
66.
I was not born yet. I was -2 at that time, Wheels. I would have liked to have seen that matchup, though.
I did. And it was good. I was 21.
21. You were of drinking. Oh, you were long past drinking age back then. You were okay. You could have an adult beverage.
I was probably so straight, I probably didn't have one until I was 20. I don't remember. It's kind of sad, really.
Well, Jeremy Guthrie has thrown 6 innings of good baseball today. He's allowed a run so far on just a handful of hits. 3 hits overall, including the home run to Greg Dobbs.
Well, that was a big inning right there. They lead off with get the leadoff base hit, and then the base running mistake, and then the double play ball. But thankfully, a catcher was running. Wieters when Chase double pumped on it.
Dobbs takes one inside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Greg's got 3 hits in this series. He is 3 for 5. And it's 1-1.
Now, watch right here. There he drags a back foot across after juggling a little bit. Wigginton never got there to take him out. And he's kind of slow too. So it all worked for the Phils there.
Wieters is a catcher. He's so young, though. I thought he was a little quicker than that. I guess
that's why they turned them into catchers.
Yeah, I was going to say I guess that's why he's behind the plate.
That's what happens with guys like that.
Long strider like that, 6'5".
A lot of times, Tom, they say they can't run a lick, so they put him behind the plate.
Dobbs rolls one foul off the first base line. On the Toyota Major League scoreboard, Tampa Bay Rays, thanks to a 2-run double by B.J. Upton. He can do all the hitting he wants right now.
He's hot.
They lead the Mets 4-2 in the bottom of the 6th inning. That's right. We want him to quiet down after that, though.
Yes. True.
I'll be interested to see where he's playing in center field, because he played shallower than any center fielders, Chan-Ho Park's up in Utley, that I think I've seen in Major League Baseball during that World Series.
Well, his great speed has a lot of confidence in his ability to go back on the ball. That's what any center fielder that does that, it feels that way. Gary Maddox was that way. Gary played a really shallow center field.
Off the end of the bat, it's going to be right at Adam Jones. And 4 in a row retired now by Jeremy Guthrie. 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. His day is almost done at 103 pitches, you would imagine.
Showed Brian Bass up there throwing last week. He's out there again.
I think they'd like to get Guthrie through this inning because he's due to bat second. There is Brian Bass. He's due to bat second in the top of the 8th inning. Pedro takes one for a strike. It's 0-1. Pedro's 0 for 2 today. 0 for 10 in this series. It's the coolest he's been at the plate in quite some time. He just reached out. He's off balance on that one, and Wigginton makes the grab over the top of the camera on the first base side. I thought that ball was going to be in play, and at the last moment it sliced right toward Andy Rabel's camera.
Well, that wind is really blowing hard. You've seen how many balls have gotten knocked down in left and left center, and here comes Wigginton. Look out, Andy.
He thought it was going to hit his head.
Stayed with the shot, though.
Yeah, he did.
Whatever shot he had,
I was going to say, I'm not sure how the shot looked, but he stayed with it.
Yeah.
I'm sure it looked great. How's your heart going, Andy? Carlos takes one low at inside. Carlos has popped out. He's grounded out. And he rolls one to shortstop. Guthrie has an easy 7th inning. He's retired 6 in a row, and the Phillies go down in order here in the home 7th. We head to the 8th. It's a 1-1 game. Refreshing taste of lime. By AT&T, your world delivered. And by Southwest Airlines. Southwest Airlines is ready when you are. Go to southwest.com, grab your bag, it's on. Well, this pitcher's duel's been on today here in Philadelphia. It's a 1-1 game on Father's Day. Top of the 8th inning. Orioles scored a run in the top of the 6th inning. The Phillies, meanwhile, scored a run and a home run in the 2nd. And Jeremy Guthrie had his batting gloves in his hands and now is congratulated by Dave Tremblay in between innings. So his day looks like it's done. Dave Joust, the bench coach, the gentleman in the glasses there, was just talking to him. Rick Kranitz, the pitching coach, was in the background chatting as well. And he was good today. 108 pitches for Guthrie.
With an 8.53 earned run average on the road coming into the game today, and gave up the 1 run on the homer.
Well, fortunately for the Phillies, Cole Hamels has been equally as impressive, if not even a little more impressive, because of the strikeouts.
Cole's been really good today.
Cole has struck out 10. Robert Andino has gone down twice. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
1-1 game late. They're going to put Feliz on the line, and even with the bag at third, still no hitter shown in the on-deck circle yet for the Orioles. A lot of times the umpires pose a look over there and say, hey, come on, it's somebody out there. Nobody has made an appearance.
Felix PA is on the 2nd step of the dugout now. 1-2 to Andino. And PA now has emerged from the dugout. There he is. A roller toward third, a foul ball.
That's why he's on the line. See where he's playing right there. You know, okay, we can see where he was playing right on the line from just for that reason.
Let's first take a look at the lucky fans who are today's Citizens 7. They receive a prize pack courtesy of Citizens Bank. Citizens Bank with the most 7-day branches in the Philadelphia area. To find a branch near you, visit citizensbank.com. 1-2 the count to Andino. And he lines one toward left field. That's going to be in for an extra base hit. Off the base of the wall, and Andino, who went down on strikes his first 2 times up, has a leadoff double here in the top of the 8th inning.
Well, they were in a no doubles defense guarding the line, but nothing you can do about that one. Guy hooks a ball into that area of the ballpark. It's a double.
Well, PA steps back. Salazar's going to pitch in.
See where the pitch is supposed to be away, and it's a changeup that comes back onto the middle of the plate. He had been eating Andino alive all day with those pitches. Hamels is mad at himself there because he knows he made a mistake with location and got hurt.
So Oscar Salazar, not Felix PA, will pinch hit.
Well, they must feel this guy is either going to be a better bunter, although the Phillies aren't going to look for that, or that he'll hit the ball to the right side like he did last night and get him over.
Oh, he's not bunting. Takes the pitch inside. 1-0.
He's the guy who hit that little bleeder in the hole last night before the Roberts home run, which of course we're not going to talk about anymore.
That's what Pete Buchanan says.
Right.
Jokingly. 1-1 the count.
See that swing? He's trying to hit the ball the right side, drag the bat through the strike zone, and have a late swing and hit it over there.
On the Toyota Major League scoreboard, Brian Schneider, of all people. It's a 3-run home run, his second of the year, and the Mets now lead the Rays 5-4.
Just second in that series.
Had to pull it right down that line.
He hit a 3-run home run on Friday night, I think. Done it recently.
He definitely hit a home run on Friday.
Yeah, that was a 3-run homer.
2-2 the count to Salazar. 417, five hits and 12 plate appearances since being called back up for the minors. And he hits one the opposite way. He's going to get the runner over to third. 1 out.
Boy, that's why they put him in the game. What a great job he did. Fighting off a 2-strike pitch and hitting it to the opposite side of the diamond, get him over. That's just a really good baseball play and much appreciated by the dugout.
Marquez, Dave Tremblay, the first 2 to greet him.
Looked like they even tried to come in to make it harder to do. They did. And look at him inside out that thing. Good hitting.
So now the Phillies will play the infield in with Brian Roberts at the plate. This guy can handle the bat. He's 1 for 3 today. He doubled and scored his last time up. And Cole misses inside, 1 ball and no strikes.
Well, you unfortunately expect him to make contact here. Not a guy that strikes out a lot. Hamels with all those strikeouts today, and he hasn't gotten him.
Cole has struck out 10. 11th time in his career he's reached double digits in strikeouts. And there's a strike on a fastball, and it's 1-1. He's only fouled 3 times with less than 2 outs and a runner on third this year. Get that runner home, and there is that runner. Robert Andino led off the inning with a double.
They may be going on contact too. Juan Samuel going over and talking to his base runner Andino. You know, they have a sign if they're going on contact, but also not the worst thing in the world for the coach to go over and say something to him. Teams don't squeeze much anymore. You hardly ever see that, but you have to be aware of it.
See Cole's line, 8 hits over 7 1/3. He hasn't gotten that pitch a lot today, and Charlie Relaford early on waved inside when Cole asked about that pitch. Chan-Ho Park is ready in the bullpen. He's been throwing for a little bit. Change up, line to center, and the Orioles take the lead. An RBI single for Brian Roberts brings home Robert Andino, and it's 2-1 Baltimore.
Brian Roberts, a heartbreaker last couple games, but you just expected him to hit it somewhere. You just hope he'd hit it at somebody.
Wheels, I said changeup. This may have been a curve.
Yeah, it was. It was a breaking ball. Tried his 3rd pitch on him. I think maybe he could pop him up with it fully.
Yep.
And guy's a good hitter. Now we got to watch out he doesn't run.
Cole's keeping an eye on him over at first base. He's got 15 stolen bases.
Yeah, he's the one guy in their lineup that steals. And he's thinking about it right now to get into the scoring position, take the double play away.
So the Phillies trail it by 1 here in the 8th inning. Jim Johnson is up and loosening in the bullpen for the Orioles. Hard throwing sinker baller we saw in the first game of this series. There he goes, and that one's popped up. Again, Rimo probably could have allowed him to take the base. Victorino makes the catch. Did that his last time up. And there are two away. Tuesday, July 7th at 7:05 when the Cincinnati Reds are in town. There are a couple of real good things happen here at the ballpark. The first thing is a free Phillies beach towel. The fans 14 and under, compliments of Verizon. You can log on to Phillies.com, purchase your tickets. There you see the beach towel. It features Jimmy Rollins, Chase Utley, Cole Hamels, and Ryan Howard. And speaking of Ryan Howard, he has been released from the hospital. But again, he is not expected to play today. Played in 343 straight coming into today's ball game, including last night when he hit a 3-run home run. Ryan was readmitted to the hospital last night with flu-like symptoms. Adam Jones has an RBI single today. In fact, he has 2 hits.
I was trying to show some kind of a different move. You know, he really doesn't have a slide step. And if they can pick up on something that he does before he goes to the plate, they can run.
There he goes. Jones shows bunt. The throw by Ruiz is in time. A bullet from Carlos Ruiz to finish off this inning. 4th time this year Roberts has been pegged trying to steal a base, and the inning is over. The Orioles do score a run. Phillies trailing. To speed with the AT&T Rapid Rewind. AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered. Felix PA is the new left fielder for the Baltimore Orioles. Nick Markakis comes in to play right field for Baltimore. And the new pitcher is right-hander Jim Johnson. And he'll come on to pitch the bottom of the 8th inning with the Orioles leading it by 1, 2-1. And Brian Roberts thrown out trying to steal to finish off the top of the 8th inning.
At a certain point, he thought he read something that he could go because the ball was going to be delivered to the plate. He didn't get a great jump, and Carlos Ruiz made a strong throw. That was really close when you see it on the replay.
Chris Coase will pitch hit for Cole Hamels, who threw 8 strong innings today. Didn't walk anybody. He struck out 10, allowed 9 hits. But right now he's on the losing side of this game. And the Phils need a base runner or 2 or 18 here in the 8th inning. They trail at 2-1.
They're batting PA 9th, Markakis 4th, and the pitcher 2nd.
1-2 the count.
So there's Johnson the other night. He has a real good downward plane on his pitches and a heavy sinker.
And he gets Coast to chop one foul. Right past Pete McCannon in the third base coach's box. Coast staying alive, and the count holds 1-2. So the expectation is the Phillies do not have Ryan Howard off the bench this afternoon. So with Chris Coast being used, they have 3 bats left on the bench, and Coast lines one just foul.
You saw where Melvin Moore was playing as that ball went by him. He's over. The Phillies had that defense on in their half of the inning. It's just that the ball was hit by Andino in a perfect spot. It turned into the extra base hit they didn't want to give up.
On the hands of one hopper spinning toward Andino. Coast is retired. That's 7 in a row retired by Orioles pitching. And 1 out now for Jimmy Rollins. You don't see many American League games when you're playing this National League schedule, but this Jim Johnson kid, he's got a really good arm.
Good arm. The ball's lively, and it's really lively down in the zone, which is a heck of a way to pitch.
Jimmy, slow roller. This is going to be a tough play. No. Oh, he missed the tag. Oh, they're saying he's out. He missed him. Ty Wigginton did not make that tag. At least it didn't look like it. But Larry Vanover calls him out. And here comes Charlie. Wheels, I think he missed him.
Didn't look like he tagged him.
I don't think he tagged him.
And he didn't point.
He didn't say
out
it
the baseline or anything.
No, he missed him. I wonder if Charlie Relaford could help on that one.
Well, they hardly ever ask.
I doubt they will. He didn't tag him.
Yeah, here it is. It looked like Jimmy made a heck of a move here, and he never touches him, does he? No.
Nope.
No, he just tags air. Not even close.
Oh, not even close.
And Vanover never motioned that he ran out of the baseline. Wow.
Larry's not going to ask for help either on that one. There's no, I can't imagine Charlie Relaford will overturn it.
Now when a guy's two inches, 5-10 feet away, and the other guy's 85 feet away, or 80 feet away, or whatever.
Charlie's going to get thrown out for this game, I would think. I mean, he's following Vanover now.
Just said to him, what do you want? Okay. You got it. See, Vanover said to him, what do you want? Now get his money's worth.
See, here's the thing. I wonder, it's odd because he's so close to that play, how he didn't see it.
He didn't see it.
Now he's going to give Charlie Relaford an earful. Now they missed it. And Charlie's going to watch the rest of this ball game on this Father's Day from his office.
Well, he doesn't touch him. Now if he'd have pointed and said he ran out of the baseline, that's another whole issue. But he didn't. He just said he tagged him, I guess. Jimmy's looking like, what? He didn't touch me.
I just made a great move around that guy.
Yeah.
Charlie Relaford now is waiting for Charlie to give his lineup card over.
Yeah, he's still in the corner of the dugout. He just waved at him to get out of there.
And now Shane Victorino's the batter, and he shows bunt and takes pitch high. It's 1-0. Phillies trail at 2-1 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. The starting pitcher was outstanding today. Cole Hamels threw some pretty good baseball this afternoon, but he's on the losing side right now. And it's 2-0 to Shane.
Hamels was good. Guthrie was good. Both the starters very good here today. Now it's up to the bullpens.
And there's a strike, and it's 2-1. An update from Citi Field. B.J. Upton has hit a 2-run home run, and the Rays are back on top, 7-5. That's some good news. Shane lines one to left field. Piet's not going to get it. Oh, he misplayed that one. And Victorino's flying to second base. He's around second, holding up there. And the Phillies have the tying run in scoring position with 2 away.
Now, you don't know what would have happened there, but obviously the game's tied.
Yep.
If you get the call right.
And Jimmy just waved off Vanover.
Just shaking his head right there like, come on. Here's a pitch to Victorino. It's a high sinker, and Shane does a great job of shooting it through that gap. PA was playing way over towards the line, had no chance to get to that.
Yeah, I said he misplayed it. It just didn't look like his angle was good. But you know what? Even if his angle was deeper, he wouldn't have gotten to that.
Right,
one.
Tom, because he was playing so far over on Shane.
So a double for Victorino. Here's Chase Utley, who's 0 for 2. Chase 1 for 11 in this series. 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. It takes one first strike. It's 0-1. Talked about that article today in the Philadelphia Inquirer that Andy Martino wrote on Chase Utley. And you heard through that article just how long ago the passion for this game was part of Chase Utley. And this kind of a moment was what he was made for.
Well, that guy in right field is one of the best throwers in baseball now. They put out there Markakis. 2 outs, Shane Victorino will be off the crack of the bat. Now the guy in center, Jones, throws well too.
Got 7 assists in right field, 5 in center field. Chase is down to the count 0-2. And Chase rolls one right back to the box. Johnson's got it, and the inning is over. So Victorino stranded at second base. Larry Vanover. Major League Baseball and People Magazine are recognizing individuals who have made a difference in our community. Go to peopleallstars.com and vote for your favorite everyday all-star who will represent the Phillies with the chance to be honored at the 2009 All-Star Game in St. Louis, July 14th on Fox. We've played 8 here at Citizens Bank Park. This was a heck of a pitcher's duel. Both starters were outstanding today. Chan Ho Park now will take over for Cole Hamels. Cole Cole's line, 8 innings, 9 hits, 2 runs, no walks, 10 strikeouts, 110 pitches. And what that line will tell you through the numbers, that his changeup was just great today.
Yeah, he pitched inside really well too, and he jammed some hitters. In fact, one of the base hits was on a jammer.
Adam Jones, a one-hopper, sharply hits a Feliz. 1 away.
They have Sherrill up again in the bullpen, their closer. Been in all 3. If he gets into this one, which would appear he will, he's been in all 3 games. Chano Park did there, Sherrill. Chano Park did a nice job in the 8th inning last night, so using him here in the 9th to try and keep this to 1 run.
Chano Park had a very quick 8th inning last night. He retired the Orioles 1-2-3. Nick Markakis batting for the first time. In the spot vacated by Luke Scott, who struck out 3 times today against Cole Hamels. One ball and 1 strike. So Wheels, Pete McCannon's coaching 3rd. So I guess Sam Perlazzo's running the team with Pete coaching 3rd. How do they work that?
That's a good point. Well, Sam's down there next to Pete.
Oh, they're doing it together.
Yeah. Joint effort.
Figure Rich Doobie handles the pitchers.
See who Charlie. I didn't see who. Well, Charlie had to hand the card to Sam Perlazzo or
Right.
Rich Doobie on the way out, because obviously Pete was at 3rd base. So there they are talking about some things there. All the coaches are down there together. In fact, right now, Davey Lopes is in the mix. You saw Bill Thompson right behind them. There you go. Looks like the room before the game.
Probably not as entertaining, though.
Well, Mick's not there.
2-2 is line foul. Into the seats, and the count holds 2 balls and 2 strikes. Markakis already with 80 hits this year.
Got a real short swing. Quick. You don't see him that much, but he doesn't look like he gets fooled that often with that swing. That was close, wasn't it?
I thought he was fooled right there. Good interleague numbers in a very short career so far. And he stays alive. And it remains 3-2.
JR almost got that ball right there, and I know he would have given it to that little kid in the box next to him.
You think so?
Oh, absolutely.
Pulls that one right side. Dobbs bobbles, flips off the glove of Park. I don't even know if Chano Park would have scooped that up if they would have gotten Markakis after the ball was bobbled by Dobbs. That's going to be an error charge to Greg, his first of the year.
You have some guys playing out of position right now because of the illness of Ryan Howard, of course, the DL for Ibanez, and Greg Dobbs just does not come up with it. I don't think he's going to get him. Let's see. No, he'd have been, well, who knows with the call last inning.
Oh, it is an error on Dobbs. Runner on first, 1 away. And Melvin Mora 1 for 3. Chano Park trying to keep this at a 1-run deficit. Give the Phillies a chance in their final at bat. Around the National League East, Phillies entered play today 2 games up on the Mets, 4.5 up on the Braves, 5 up on the Marlins. Because they've lost 4 straight and all but 1 game on this homestand, they've given the Marlins and the Braves a chance to come back within reach, and they have to a certain extent, but nobody in the division's really playing good baseball right now. That's a strike, and the throw behind Markakis is not in time. And Wheels, the Mets have lost 6 of 10, and they're losing today 8-5. The Braves have lost 6 of 10, although they've won 2 straight. The Marlins They're 5-5 in their last 10. So the Phillies are fortunate.
Yeah, and that's a good way to put it. Fortunate.
1-1 is lifted in the air, left center field. Not that deep. That Stairs comes over.
That ball in the air to left field today. If you hit it high, it's really getting knocked down. See how hard the wind has been blowing in from left and left center today towards the right field corner.
Two down. Here's Ty Wigginton, top of the 9th inning. Wigginton's got 2 hits today. Both hits came against Cole Hamels. Good pitch. No balls and 1 strike.
Chano Park has 2 kinds of breaking balls that he can use to right-handed hitters. He can throw that one, that hard slider. He also has a pretty good curveball. And when he's coming in relief lately, he's much more aggressive than he was as a starter.
And last night we saw both the slider and the curveball in 1 at bat to pick up a strikeout.
Well, he seems to pound the strike zone more, not nibble. Whereas when he was a starter, he was nibbling all the time, getting into trouble, running up high pitch counts.
He's ahead, no balls and 2 strikes to Wigginton. Trying to get this final out here at the top of the 9th inning. He's got an awful lot of body language out there too.
Well, he wanted that and he didn't get it. Those guys did too.
Those guys looking cool with their shades.
Try to break him ball here and try to get the call. That pitch is outside.
Wigginton was just hoping it was outside.
Well, that was a heck of a 2-strike pitch, so guys are going to chase that. Tried a little comeback fastball that time. It just didn't come back.
On the hands of roller to shortstop. Rollins waits, goes the short way, and the inning is over. So it sets things up for the bottom of the 9th inning. The Phillies trail it by 1. The Orioles close. Now by 1. George Sherrill is the new pitcher for the O's. 29th game. He's been in the first 2. Now he's in the 3rd. 14 saves. A 2.28 ERA. And it's time now for our WB Mason delivery of the game. And it came in the 8th inning. Brian Roberts, he had the big hit last night, and right now he's got the go-ahead RBI that brought in Robert Andino. And the Orioles lead it 2-1. That's our WB Mason delivery of the game.
Yeah, they had the guy up there they wanted, a guy that was probably not going to strike out and put it in play somehow, and he hit the ball hard. And this guy has done a tremendous job, as you see by those numbers. Converted his last 10 save opportunities, including one here last night.
Well, Dave Tremblay, before that stretch, was quoted as saying, yeah, we're not sure who our closer is right now, because Sherrill was struggling up until that point. And then he kind of found himself, and he hasn't lost himself since then. He'll face Stairs, Worth, and Dobbs here at the bottom of the ninth. And Stairs starts it off. A cue shot, diving play by Mora. To his feet, one out. And that's the way things are going right now.
Well, they had with a left-handed hitter up like Stairs, they had Mora guarding the line, which is, you know, a personal philosophy on managers, coaching staffs. In that case, they were guarding against any kind of a squirter down the line, and it looked like they were going to get burned a little bit for a base hit with a squirter in the hole. But Mora makes a heck of a play there and throws him out. Just wasn't hit hard enough to get it by him for a leadoff base hit.
So Matt Stairs is retired. He'll look on as Jason Worth stands in. One pitch, one set aside by Sherrill. And Worth takes one for a strike at the knees.
They have more on the line, of course, now for a right-handed hitter, and close to the line with a first baseman, Wigginton.
John Mayberry Jr. in the on-deck circle for the Phillies. It's a pinch hit for Greg Dobbs. Two and one, the count to Jason. It's Father's Day crowd today. 28th sellout of the year for the Phillies. And Jason's ahead, 3-1. On the hands, a looper toward first. Wigginton makes the basket catch.
Wow. 3-1, a hitter's count, and he gets jammed and broke his bat. And just a tough at bat there. That's a count right there where you really want to see somebody crush one. Here it is, and it comes in on him, and he kind of jammed himself as much as anything.
Two outs for Mayberry. Pitch hitting here for Greg Dobbs. John is 6 for 19 this season in a Phillies uniform. Hasn't played the last couple of days because Charlie Manuel has started the lefty with the right-hander on the mound. Overall, Mayberry hitting .316 in limited at bats for the Phillies. Just trying to get on base. Start something off here with two away. Take it all the way, and it's 1-1. Phillies have lost 5 straight games.
And they've lost them every way imaginable.
Today, that guy looked like he had made a great move to get on base, and maybe it could have been a tying run. Mayberry sends one to the air to left field. It's pretty deep, but it's playable. PA over toward the corner, has room, and the ball game is over. And the Phillies have lost 6 consecutive games, and they finished this homestand with a 1-8 record. And today, they lose it by 1. A 2-1 final score for Dave Tremblay's bunch. And the Orioles have swept out